Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Glad you are here tonight. Let's see. Move so I can see my comments. All right. Good evening. This is Wednesday night soul session. And tonight we're going to cover love and relationships. So it's always exciting to do love. Yes, very, very, very excited about love, about relationships. Um, yes, of course, love makes the world go round, but so does understanding, so does knowing where this all stems from and comes from and everything else. And we just need to get there. So before I start answering some questions, yes, we'll do some tarot. Um, I like to open it up with what I call a love, something that I do prepare before I come on. It helps center me, it helps guide me, it helps me fully understand. Sorry for that noise in the microphone. Helps me fully understand um, where spirit needs me to go with you guys. And it feels good. It feels good. It feels good to write something to you, something that comes from the heart. So if you're with me, let's just start by closing your eyes, taking in a good deep breath, and exhaling. Mm, that's good. Okay. So, good evening, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Soul Sessions, a space where we slow down, breathe, and listen to the quiet wisdom within us. Tonight is our love and relationship insight session. Relationships are some of the most powerful mirrors in our lives. They show us where we are growing, where we are healing, and sometimes where we are being invited to love ourselves more deeply. Love is not only about romance, it can appear in friendships, family, connections, partners, and even in relationships we have with ourselves. Sometimes we ask questions because we feel uncertain. Sometimes we ask because we feel something shifting and we want clarity. Whenever you find yourself tonight, wherever you find yourself tonight, know that you are welcome here. You're welcome here. I've made space for you. I made space to hold you, to guide you, and to walk you through these trying times if you have any. The cards are not here to predict your future or take away from your free will. Instead, they as a mirror reflecting the energy surrounding your situation and offering gentle guidance so you can move forward with awareness and intention. If you have a relationship question you'd like to explore tonight, you're welcome to place it in the chat. If you want more private session, I will put my Hipsy information in there. You can book some time with me. You can find me on Hipsy, of course. I just mentioned that. My website, which is www.TenMustardSeeds.com. And also, you can also find me on AskTheAnswer.com. I'm on there. My screen name is Belle, Belle, and my PIN number is 700-829, which that is um, in the description of the video also. So you can definitely find me there. Let's see. Any other housekeeping I need to do? Yes, if you have a relationship question you'd like to explore tonight, you're welcome to place it in the chat also. And please type your full question. I need your full question so I can clearly understand the situation and allow the cards to guide the conversation. We will pull one card for insight and, if needed, a clarifier to deepen the message. So, if you're ready to take this ride with me, take a breath, settle in, and let's see what wisdom wishes to come forward tonight, shall we? Awesome. Let me move this aside just a little bit, move my keyboard out of our way. Okay. Yes, I do have files that I need to open up sometimes, but hey, let's move the keyboard out the way. Let's bring out the Oracle cards and my tarot cards. If you like to know what I'm using, I like to use Rider Waite Tarot. Sometimes I do Thoth. And the Oracle cards that I am bringing out tonight is Tree Magic. Okay. So a little bit of other housekeeping. I am on this platform, a YouTube platform, and others. I will do TikTok sometimes, but not really. I will do TikTok and thinking about going Instagram Live. But as for right now, YouTube is my preferred platform. Okay. And also to let you know, this second week soul session I do every second week of the month from now until so far at the end of the year. I do have it scheduled. So I come on every second week of the month, and Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays we do yes or no questions, tarot, or unless the spirit leads somewhere else. On Tuesday, last night, we do one question tarot cards, and I'll pull another card if a clarifier is needed. Tonight, we're doing love and relationship. Thursday nights, we do 3-card soul guidance. And Friday, we do higher self messages. Now, the higher self messages, I may not use tarot, I may do crystals or pendulum. Hey, Scooby Dooby, you're back again. Nice to, um, okay. All right, didn't we answer that question last night? Not too sure. Sounds familiar. But we'll go ahead and we'll answer it again. I don't think the answer is pretty much different, but we'll do it again. Um yeah, and Friday higher self. Friday is higher self. I may not pull tarot cards. I pretty much will do an oracle deck, crystals, or I may bring out the pendulum. So that's just letting you know the week. So let's do you. And the question is, hi, what are Elias' feelings towards me? And me means Emma. She is my ex. Okay. So my first question is, what are your feelings first? Tell me your feelings towards them, and then I will tell you what spirit says they're feeling towards you. Okay. Understand. And you know what? It is fine to miss someone. But when you guys take a step back, I want you to always remember, instead of really feeling the anguish of missing, it's time to take a step back and ask, what did I need to learn? Okay, because there's lessons in everything. But a lot of times, especially when there's a breakup, we really forget. We get in our feelings. We, always blame and point the finger. But it's very important to take a step back and ask, what is it that I needed to learn? Because if you figure out within yourself what is it that you needed to learn, then if that relationship does rekindle, the same errors or the same miscommunications won't be had. So, all right. I pulled three cards for you. The first card that I pulled is the Six of Swords. So let me move this. Let me make sure you can see that. It's a Six of Swords. A lot of light there. I'm just twisting it because I got a lot of light coming into me. Oh, yeah, that's a good picture. Six of Swords. So you see this? That person on the boat, that is you. Um, and the people in the boat, that's them. You see these rough waters right here, and then on the other side, you got smooth waters back there. So yeah, swords is all about decisions, is thoughts. So definitely a lot of thinking is going on between the both of you, and it seems like you carried some of this relationship a lot. You're very helpful, very affectionate towards it, but you were very understanding and you were willing to help them move about. So when I say move about, for a little bit more clarity for you, that was, you were the peacemaker, so to speak, if that makes sense. And does that resonate with you? Yeah. So so because of that, I get the feeling that you had more vested in that relationship than Emma did. Uh, no, Elias did. You have more vested in the relationship. It was not quite even. There was not an even give and take. So I also pulled up the Three of Pentacles, which that yeah, I like okay. Which Three of Pentacles is receiving. Okay, so I know you saw three people in there. Okay, but I'm focused more so on the three. Keep other people out your business. That's what that tells me. Um, keep other people out your business. See, I'm hearing that a lot. Keep other people. There had to be other influences for this breakup. Whether it was you talking to you guys must have a group of friends that you're with, you know, constantly. Um, keep other people out your business. Give this relationship, give it time to breathe. See what lessons you needed to learn. I know one of the big lesson is who you're talking to and who she's talking to. There's too much chatter. You two need to have a conversation, deal with your emotions. Whatever is not being said, if you still feel that there's not enough truth there, then it is time to separate yourself, and it's not a bad thing. Um, the Knight of Swords, again, swords, decisions. If you see this knight is, you know, getting up out of there. But more so, I hope you can see more so. I want you to look at on the card. I want you to look at the horse, and part of the horse's dressing, there's butterflies. That means transformation. Okay, that's a symbol of transformation. So allow yourself to transform. Allow yourself to heal, to breathe, to learn your lesson that you needed to be learned. Even if you feel that you were not the cause, there's still a lesson to be learned. So maybe come back with that lesson. Think about it for a while. Maybe see me on Friday. Come back on Friday and say, hey, Belinda, I noticed something. I noticed that there was a pattern in me, or I noticed that there was a pattern about her. You're welcome. And see what these patterns are. So, therefore, even if it's not with her you're getting back with, that you don't bring baggage into a new relationship, because somebody else will come along. But the last thing that you want is for somebody else to come along, or for you to get back into that relationship and it's the same old thing. So, of course, you don't want that. You don't want the same thing. So, take time, learn your lesson. Um, and that's not a bad, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but see what it is that you needed to learn, because this is a self, what's that word I'm looking for? Self identity. You have boundaries. You have boundaries, and keep to your boundaries. Don't let anybody disrespect you. All right. Have another question. What does it mean when a relationship feels confusing? Wow, that's a good one. What does it mean when a relationship feels confusing? When a relationship feels confusing, it is because some things are not being truthful. There are things being hidden in a relationship when it's too confusing. Um, whether it is with the other person or you yourself. And a lot of times, I see a question, Dream Beats. A lot of times, when the relationship is so confusing, is because the two of you are still trying to figure yourselves out. So if you are unsure about what you want and the other person is unsure about what they want, and then when you come together, it's everything's clashed, everything is done for. um so when we enter into relationships, especially romantic relationships, a lot of people are doing online dating, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there still has to be quite a bit of conversation, and there has to be some, you guys have to learn each other. You guys have to understand that a person will show you who they are. You're going to be showing the other person exactly who you are. If you got upset because water spilled on the floor, well, that's a sign that you get easily upset. You don't know how to calm your emotions down, or you're not in control of your emotions. Okay. So Dream Beat 77, which field should I choose? Career. All right, I am going to answer that, but tonight I do want to remind you, tonight we are doing love and relationships, but I don't mind answering your question. So I will jump to that really quick. Well, before you choose a field in your career, it looks as so you've already been offered some things and you don't see it. You don't see it. You're being offered, and you're choosing to still move about. Um, I'm seeing it like you already had a premonition, like you already had a vision. There's something that you are already passionate about doing. And the thing is that you don't want to collaborate with someone to do it. You still are trying to handle it on your own. Does that resonate with you? Am I picking up on your energy, or am I picking up on someone else's that is watching energy? And I am talking to Dream Beat 777. Okay, you're confused, to be honest. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, of course I'll take that. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is sitting on her throne, and she is really, really, really contemplating. So it's a nurturer, nurturing. I know a lot of people don't like it, but the career path that you should be going towards is either healthcare or some type of teaching. Healthcare or some type of teaching, but you thrive best when you are supporting others. Okay, hope that helps you. You thrive best when you're supporting others. So if it's not healthcare and teaching, you think about that. Think about where you're thriving. Think about where you like to support other people. But you definitely like to support other people, which is still part of tonight's session, which is relationships, because we're talking about relationships. All right, I have another question over here. Why do certain relationship patterns keep repeating in our lives? Nice. Certain relationship patterns keep repeating because, yes, I could do a relationship for your parents. I just need a little bit more information. If you could get a little bit more detailed in the question, I'd appreciate it. But that's very vague. Um, why do certain relationship patterns keep repeating in our lives? Is because we have not dealt with the stuck energy. You see, especially when the pattern is unfavorable, it's what you are drawing to you. So whatever it is your thoughts, it's your belief system. When you hone in and believe a certain thing, you keep drawing it to you. So if you're noticing a repeat pattern going on, you have to now say, what is it in me that keeps drawing this type of person? If it's a narcissistic person, new word that keeps popping up. What is it about you that feels, when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, that means also that you feel that you feel that you need an authoritative figure. You're not comfortable making your own decisions. You feel like you always need someone to support you. And even if you don't admit it, in hindsight, subconsciously, that's the energy field that you are exuding. That's the aura that you're bringing out. So if certain patterns keep repeating that are not favorable to you, you have to now step back and say, what is it in me that is sending out this frequency? Because we're all energy. So, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm saying? What clothes am I wearing? What is it about me that keeps drawing in this type of person or this group of people? Look around who it is that you're, look around the company that you keep. That's a big thing too. Some of us don't understand the company that we keep also draws in the same type people, because A lot believe birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to change the relationship pattern, you have to see why is it that those type people are flocking to you. Um, Dream Beats. Can you do relationship for my parents? Again, I'm just going to ask you if you can give me just a little bit more detail. That question is too vague. I don't know where that's going. Oh, there you go. My father's family is toxic to my mother's. So when will this end? He even said they are his first family. Her sis definitely manipulates him, but we don't know if it's dark magic or something else. Okay, give me a second. I'm getting this in. My father's family is toxic to my mother's. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk about the word toxic for a minute. When we feel relationships being toxic, there's boundaries that are being crossed or their boundaries not set up. In order for a person or people to be toxic in your life means that you keep allowing those behaviors to continue. When you keep allowing those behaviors to continue, you keep believing that there's nothing out there or you can't do any better. That part takes energy work to maneuver. Um, I am all for affirmations. I am all for journaling, but those are surface level things. When we continue to believe that we can't or there isn't anything better, that is internal, that is a internal blockage, and those need to be addressed as energy because it is energy, it is a frequency, it is a vibration. And soon as we work on ourselves to break those things and let that energy rise up and flow out, then you will see things change. So I'm going to go to the tarot real quick because the question, so when will this end? The tarot is going to definitely help us answer. And boy, honestly, I'm not surprised that I just pulled the card that I pulled. Uh, if that is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. This looks, I'm just trying to make sure that you can see it good because that light is beaming. Okay. So, Seven of Cups, you saw that is a bunch of cups and different things coming out of the cups, different heads. These are all decisions, these are all emotional decisions. So, yes, just what you described, there is a lot of emotions, a lot of things at play. Uh, do I personally feel that is dark magic? No, I do not personally feel that. The only way that that is because there is a strong belief in it. No one, nothing, not even me interpreting tarot, not the Bible, nothing can override free will. So if the manipulation happens because you let it happen. Hmm. this is a little difficult to talk about, but also I want to make sure I remain respectful but be truthful. Um, but spirit is still telling me the same. Nobody can do to you what you don't want done to you on an energy field. So if you handle it, if your family decides to, your mother's family decides to handle it energetically, energetically happens first before it happens physically, before it happens on in the outer surface. So when I can't say you all, but when your mother's family decide that enough is enough, father's family cannot overrule and override. It will simmer down. It will die down. Right now it's just the fight of who's going to bark the loudest. And we all know that the dog that barked the loudest is only the dog that's afraid of of losing his strength, of losing the power. But if you once you show that dog that there is no power to be had, the dog is quiet and goes to sleep. So, father's family is toxic to mothers. That is because it's being allowed. And as soon as it stopped being allowed, I'm not saying that a fight has to happen, but sometimes your quiet strength speaks volumes. Speak volumes. All right, let's get another question. I hope that helped you a lot, a bit. Okay. All right. I hope everything works out for your stream beats. All right. And I see that you're redacting the messages, and that's fine, but I hope everything works out for you. And I hope that you're able to have, you're welcome, sweetie. I hope that you're able to have a conversation with your mom. And because it sounds like that you are ready, it sounds like you're ready to be free from the manipulation. And I hope that you are able to be free from the manipulation. Okay, so how can someone begin healing after a difficult relationship? Well, we almost answered that one, didn't we? Lots and lots of self love. You guys, let me tell you something. It is the simplest things that is the most effective. Simple things are the most effective. I can't tell you how much breathing, doing breath work, doing journaling, taking care of yourself, nice cup of teas, warm bath, walk in the park, but a self reflection, good, healthy self reflection is how to begin healing after a difficult breakup. What lesson? Take a step back and focus on what lesson you needed to learn. That is the theme for tonight with love in relationships, especially when it comes to breakups. Focus too much on missing the person. You're going to miss them. Yes. But then even ask yourself, what is it that you're missing about them? Because if you broke up, everything was not perfect. So write down what is it that you are missing and analyze it. And then write down, what did this relationship have to teach me? and then write down all of the positive aspects about that relationship, and then turn it into all the positive aspects about you and what it is that you have to offer. Find your value, find your boundaries, find your love for yourself. And that is the way how to get over a difficult relationship. That is the way how to start to love on yourself a little bit better and a little bit more, because protect your peace is the name of the game. Okay. So we are going to get ready to call it the night unless there is another question. Yes, if you're listening quietly tonight, you're still part of this space. And if this message resonates, feel free to leave a like. So it is. And if it resonated with you, great. If it didn't, then that is okay too. You holding space in this field still helps. Okay. So as we come to an end and to a close of tonight's Love and Relationship Insight session, I want to remind you that every relationship we encounter has something to teach us. All right. Sometimes it teaches us patience, and sometimes it teaches us how to love someone else, but never love someone else more than you love yourself, because self love is the best love. And when that self love arises and that self love is noticed, then everybody has no other choice but to fall in love with you. Okay? So, yes, it teaches us boundaries, and sometimes it teaches us the depth of love and the capability of our giving and receiving. So, whatever message came forward for you tonight, trust that it arrived at the right moment. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I'll see you again tomorrow for the 3 card soul guidance, where I will pull 3 cards and we will see where your soul needs to take you and what it is that you need to find out. Uh, so that's Thursday and Friday. I'll be here again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will get higher self messages. These live sessions are being recorded, and they will be available for replay in case you missed anything. So again, I am Belinda. Channel is 10 Mustard Seeds. You can, if you want personal readings, you can go to my website at www.10mustardseeds.com. You can find me on Hipsy's platform. There, my screen name is 10 Mystic Seeds, and oh no, it's actually Mustard Seed Seer. And you can find me on asktheanswer.com if you want a 20-minute phone conversation live. It's not recorded. You can find me there. My screen name is Belle, Belle. And you can also find me on Purple Ocean, where if you just want a 3-minute video, a personal message for you to a question that you ask, you can find me on Purple Ocean app. So either way, I'm available to you. I hope that tonight has helped you. And I thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for holding the space. Thank you for being here. Go, relax, relate, release, and enjoy the rest of your time. In love.